Okay, so chapter 12, no one is coming to classes, now what? So do y'all want to start with the book or the workbook? The workbook didn't have a whole heck of a lot of assignment to do, but it did have, I highlighted a lot of stuff in the workbook. So I don't know. Where do y'all want to start?
I actually didn't get to the workbook piece, so I would be interested in going over that. Okay. But
so we'll start there, and then with whatever time we have left, we'll go back through the book. So one of the things, her assignment was to change your perception. And she said that even though we've read our 101 scripts 10 times by now, which have you guys read through it 10 times?
I haven't read 10, but I've read through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've read it out loud, not even one full complete time yet.
Okay. All right. Well,
so I need to get on that. And I've been thinking about that a lot. I really want to master that script.
You know, I'm thinking
because I hate like looking down and reading like this, like, you know, like I want to be able to have it in front of me and look down, but also, you know, look around the room and stuff, you know, all that stuff I learned in my speech class back in college. You make eye contact and know, like, you know, look like you know what you're talking about.
I'm thinking,
you know,
I might, when I'm reading it out loud, use my little recorder thing on my phone and record myself so that I can listen to it over and over and kind of recite with it.
I like that.
So that way, if I'm in the shower, I can kind of practice over and over, and that might be a way for us to get better.
Yeah, that's good.
So what she wanted us to do was to read through the first paragraph in the script as if we were giving a class tonight, but we needed to imagine that you're a young living Royal Crown Diamond. On the 20th this month, $245,000 will be deposited into your bank account. You're debt-free. Your family members and closest friends are cared for. You give generously. You're living comfortably, and you've had that income for 10 years. Next month, another $275,000 will be deposited into your account. Would you carry yourself differently? Would you have more confidence? Would you treat people with more grace or live on the ragged edge? Would you be well rested? Would you care for your body? Would you set aside more time for your family and friends? Would you live in fear? Would you be afraid of the future? So I really loved that because I thought, I mean, first of all, it is really hard for my brain to even go there with $245,000 a month. I mean, I believe it will happen. It's hard for me to really wrap my mind around numbers that large on a monthly basis. That just sounds awesome. But would you carry yourself differently if you were making that kind of money when you were at a class?
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you would be very confident. Yeah. You would, obviously, by that point, you have so many people under your team. You have seen so many personal testimonies that you're, I mean, just so confident and so passionate about changing lives.
Yeah. And then would you be well rested? Would you care for your body? And would you have more time for your friends and family if you're making that kind of money? Do you think you would?
How could you not?
Yeah, really.
You don't have to worry about going to work.
Yeah, that frees up a lot of time.
Well, I mean, you make your own hours, but
right.
Yeah, you're still working, but
it's not 40 hours a week, and you don't have to get up every morning and drive. I drive 40 minutes to work, so it's like, it'd be nice not to.
No more commute.
Yeah, your life would look a little different.
Well, and also too, think about your spouse not having to work.
Yep.
And being able to spend all of that time together.
Yeah.
I mean, that is what motivates me.
Yeah, and Jonathan, even if I made enough money that was able to keep him home, we wouldn't be spending all day together. He'd be outside doing something. He'd pursue his own passions, and that is awesome. I'm looking forward to that.
Yeah, same here. I mean, Matt loves to help people. He loves to go and do stuff for people, but it's just our lives are so hectic right now. I mean, he's either at work or has home responsibilities, and that's it.
Yeah.
So we just think about the time that it would allow to just be generous with our time to help other people. I mean, because he loves that, you know. I mean, that's his thing. He loves helping people. So that's what
she says to live now, right now, today, as though you're already there. Envision yourself in that place. Speak with confidence. Hold your head high, because you did the grunt work to earn that rank. Nothing was handed to you. You know what it takes to run a multi-million-dollar network marketing business. So that's the attitude that we should have. And I think Jenny hit the nail on the head. If we are really prepared with our script, and we're not just picking it up for the second or third time when we're having our class, then we really will be in a good place and be able to be much more confident when it comes to our classes and reading those scripts. So that was really good. And then on the next page, she goes over Eric Worre. She really likes Eric Worre, and I've listened. Did you guys ever go back and listen to that GoPro link I put up on YouTube, the YouTube link of that book?
Where did you post it?
It was in one of our Bootcamp posts a while ago.
Oh.
When she kept talking about GoPro. But anyway,
Is it really good?
It's awesome. I listened to it when I was gardening last summer, and it was really good.
Okay. And that's the thing where if I would you questions and statements. Okay. I need to listen to that.
And so she says, don't ever hand things out to people without expecting something in return.
I like that a lot.
I do too. Because I don't do that. Right now I'm just like, oh, have a CD. Listen to this class. But I never get their information and follow up with them. And then she kind of hit on what we were talking about last night when we were trying to figure out with the game plan books. Do we give them away? Do we, half and half with somebody? But she said she gives them 7 homework assignments in exchange for the game plan book and workbook. I thought that was good. So when you have somebody come to a teacher training, don't give them the book, but give them the homework. And I didn't look at, I wonder where, I don't know, I have to look that up in the book, but there's a teacher training in the back of the game plan, and I haven't looked through it yet, but I think that would be something that I probably need to do, is go ahead and look through that and see.
So she's saying to print out those 7 assignments and have the people that are interested in doing the business complete the 7 homework assignments, and then that earns them a copy of the game plan book and workbook.
Yeah.
And she has the assignments here in the back of the book.
I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
Yes. So here's what she says. She says, now tell them to complete these homework assignments to earn a free gift from you. And so that's what she does, is give them the game plan. So print out this teacher training and pour over it.
What page are you on?
I'm on page 242. Gavin?
Okay. Gotcha.
All right. Y'all with me? Sorry, I should have told you that up front.
Yeah.
So at the bottom, second half of the page, the teacher training, buy a new folder, label it Young Living Business, and store your training there. Get your hands on a copy of the FDA compliant 101 lecture notes. Write on them, make them yours. Share how you got your starter kit. And then call them George. I don't know what that means.
It's a reference to a cartoon.
Oh. Curious George?
I didn't
know. Looney Tunes.
Oh. Wow.
Yeah. It goes way back. Never mind.
I was like, who's George? Practice the lecture and add your notes to the Young Living Business folder. Watch a quick video to get over any fears you have of network marketing. Oh, she's referencing them to that Pat Petrini video. We got to redo that video.
Yeah, there's got to be a better video.
Is it not good?
It's not good.
No.
I feel like we can make a much better video than that.
Okay.
All right, I got to write myself a note to make a better video. Because I'm not referencing anybody to that. That just wasn't. Better Pat Petrini video. All right, so we'll make a better version of that. And then read this paragraph on the FDA. So she just prints that FDA, I guess, paragraph. Take a tour of the Young Living virtual office. Set a date for your first class. So where's the 7th step? I see the six points, but
did they say 7?
Yeah. Well, anyway, I mean, this thing right here, it seems like you could just print out this teacher training. Yeah. So we would just print this out for them.
Where's the teacher training? I see the page before.
Yeah, it's page 241 through 247. This is the whole teacher training.
Oh.
So I guess this is what you're going over when you have a one-on-one with them. So that's pretty good. Yeah. Well, you know how I am. I kind of like to retype stuff. So I'll probably retype that. But I just like to have something that's printable so that I can hit print instead of trying to copy things. I don't know. That's just me. But anyway, so that was really good. So going over that. And then back to the workbook. She said that she wanted us to write an if I will use statement based on something that you would hand out. And she gave the example of the audio CD, and that's what I hand out as well. But her example, if I give you this lecture on audio CD, will you listen to it in your car? Yes, you're asking them to do something, but that's not setting you up for a follow-up.
No.
So I rewrote mine.
Okay. Oh, yeah, go for it. Go ahead.
And so I said, if I give you this Essential Oil 101 CD, would you be able to listen to it by the weekend so we can get together at whatever place to discuss what you learned?
Yeah.
And that way I am
like a time.
I'm asking them to listen to it by the weekend, and I want us to get together this weekend.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just something that I came up with. Or it might not even be us getting together, but can we discuss it on such and such evening? Or, are you free?
Yeah, do a Zoom call or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was mine. What did you guys come up with for your little if I would you?
I put if I give you this sample of peppermint oil, will you try it on your next headache and let me know if it helps?
Yeah.
Is that compliant, Jenny?
Yeah, probably not.
How about if I give you the sample of pain cream? Will you try it on your next headache? The pain cream we can say stuff with.
Oh, gotcha.
But the pain cream is a little bit more challenging to get a sample because you get those little sachets of peppermint.
True. I feel like the sachets are a little awkward to use because they're 5 drops and it just makes it awkward. I don't feel like people actually use them. So, but I think they're great if you're going to loan someone your diffuser because it's the perfect amount of drops to put in your diffuser. So I think it's great for that to deliver someone your diffuser with a sachet.
Yeah.
But I did like her idea of just buying, I guess, going on Amazon and getting a ton of those just little teeny tiny sample containers and doing a little bit of pain cream in there. Because the beauty with the pain cream is it's, you know, FDA approved for pain. And it says right on the label it can be used for arthritis. And I mean, we know so many people with arthritis. Yeah, bruises and you know, and like I said, I mean, it works awesome for headaches for me personally. So I think that's an awesome product to hand out. And I think that's what I'm going to give people that come to my classes, just because I feel like we don't have to be FDA compliant with that. Like we don't have to dance around the wordage.
Yeah.
You know? And so that's what she hands out too, is pain cream. So.
And that makes sense, because whatever we can do to make it easier for us, compliant, is great. Good. I like that. So Jenny, what would you say? I know you said you didn't have time to write it, but if
I don't know. I would have to give that a little more thought. I mean, I like both of y'all's ideas. You know, if I gave you this oils class CD, would you take some time to listen to it within the next week? And I can call you, we can chat about it. You know, and I'm thinking about getting some of those mini game plan books. So if I gave you one of the mini game plan books, would you take some time just to read it? It's really short and sweet. But, you know, and then I can call you and we can chat about it.
Yeah. So. Yeah. I think we need to set the date. You know how she was saying,
be specific. Yeah. So, right. Like you said, can I call you? Yeah, but I think you're right. Like you need to be specific. Like if I give you this mini game plan book, would you have time to read it by Saturday, you know, or Friday or something like that? And then I call you, say around 8 that evening, and we just chat for maybe, you know, 20, 30 minutes or something like that.
Yeah.
About it.
I think that's going to be key for us, is to really make sure that
nail it down.
Yeah, because well, one, that makes sure it gets into our schedule. 2, it's in their schedule, and 3, it's going to make them feel like I actually have to do this. I've committed to it.
Yeah.
And I think that's really good. So, yeah. So awesome. And then she said the last step is following up. So set a date when you can check in and make sure they actually did the work. So we just talked about that. And then how to conquer a plateau on the next page. She was just talking about how relationships explode your business, and one-on-ones can really help you when you're kind of getting stuck. And after you've sat down one-on-one with them, then you can ask them to host a class for you, and hopefully that'll generate some new friend circles for you. So I thought that was good. And she mentioned that her sister built her whole Silver and Six business with one-on-ones. So Sherry, there you go.
Wow.
She's having lunch with people at her workplace.
That's impressive.
It is impressive. Yeah.
Yeah. And so I thought that was pretty cool, because I thought of you, Sherry, because I remember you said, like, I don't know that I feel comfortable in a big class, but I could totally sit over lunch. And I thought, oh, this is perfect, because
if she can make it work.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And then her last sentence in that paragraph, the only thing that kills your business is not doing anything with your business.
Yeah, I put a star by that. Yep.
Yeah. That got some highlighter for me.
Yeah. That's the surefire way to fail at this.
It's the only way.
Not do anything and be totally scared the whole time. I mean, yeah. And then, I mean, just think about it. Like, you're going to regret that, you know, like you're going to, because I mean, what's the harm in trying, you know? I mean, I have one person come into my class so far. I mean, I'm trying very hard to stay positive, but I've, you know, I mean, I have to be okay with, well, if it's just that one person, I have to be okay with that. But
one-on-one then.
Huh?
That makes it a one-on-one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like in other people's eyes, it looks like I failed. They're like, she's only got one person coming. And, so, but I mean, I go back to that girl that's now a diamond, Kim Edwards. She started doing classes and literally nobody came. I mean, that must have really hurt, but it's not like she stopped after the first one and said, oh, well, that didn't work. I'm stopping. She just kept doing it.
Yeah.
She kept doing it and kept being humiliated over and over and over and over and over again. And then finally, people started coming to her classes, and then she got silver and 6.
Yeah.
And now she's a diamond.
Well, and I think back on some of my classes, and I've had no shows. I've had 1 or 2 people show when I had 10 that said they were. And the only make and take I've ever done, Julie Blas, she was the only one. Well, she came, and Rhonda, who was already a member, came. But she bought a kit. One person. If I would have canceled, I wouldn't have had her buy a kit that day. And I had another night where literally nobody had shown up. I had 2 of my students that had come over just to kind of hang out. I knew they weren't going to buy anything. And I mean, this was like 20 minutes after the class was supposed to have started. And lo and behold, one of my friends walks in, sorry, I'm late. She bought a kit that night. And if I would have canceled those classes, those are 2 kits that I wouldn't have sold. And so I just you got to look at it as, if nobody comes. Remember that night that we had a bad snowstorm and everybody canceled? Obviously.
Yes.
I go online and did a Facebook class.
You did an online class.
I said I'm doing one every Friday night, and I'm having this class.
Yeah.
And nobody showed up. Nobody showed up online with me. But I don't care.
And you still tried. And that's what she's saying. I mean, you will fail if you don't do anything.
Yeah.
But there is no way you can fail if you keep trying. Mm-hmm. Because you're never at the end.
No.
If you keep trying, you've never reached the end. You've never failed. So, and you will eventually, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People are thinking you're going to give up. But when they see you stick with it, I think that speaks a lot.
Well, and I think a lot of people
admire that.
Yeah, you see people, myself included, that have gone to multiple different companies. I mean, just me. I started in Mary Kay, then I did Herbalife, then Jonathan and I did Quick Star, then I did Clever Container. I mean, I've done quite a few different network marketing businesses and never been successful. And so I do it for a couple of months and then I quit. Well, people, they want to see number one, using the products and showing the products is a huge testimony.
Yeah.
Because they're seeing that you do really love the product. And then they're also seeing that you're not going away.
Right. Yeah. I think the longer the longer you stick with it, the more people start to come around.
Oh, yeah.
They're like, wow, she's pretty serious. She's been talking about these oils for 3 years. I mean, I guess she's really liking them. It's not just a thing.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, I do have people that are coming around. I mean, this is my 3-year oil anniversary this month.
Wow. Yeah.
I mean, I've been talking about them ever since June. Once it's June, it'll be 3 years. I've been sharing about them on Facebook. So, and people are starting to catch on. So,
yeah.
But it just, you just gotta stay consistent. You just have to.
Yeah. So then her tactic number 2, when you have a plateau, is vendor events. And she reiterated that when you do a vendor event, you're not focusing on selling kits. You're focusing on getting leads. I don't know. That's not really that's not really my thought on it. But then again, we weren't very successful at getting leads that day either. So A lead is somebody who might come to or host a class for you. And she gets leads by offering some kind of gift basket as a raffle. And then I liked what she said. She pointed out that nobody is going to stay at your booth longer than 60 seconds.
Yeah, true.
So having a quick 30-second script memorized is really the way to go. And I like that she gave us a script. And then saying, make sure they leave with a tool, whether it's a flyer, how to order, your business card, audio CD, whatever it might be, make sure they leave with something. But I can tell you, Jenny and I had talked about this, people are more likely to throw away your business card or a flyer or have it get lost and never contact you, but it's hard to lose a CD. So I love that we have that CD.
Mm-hmm.
And then I stuff the flyer and the business card in the little CD pouch. So they get it all. That's just kind of what I'm doing because I really want people to have that stuff. But I can tell you at this point, I've given out a ton of those CDs and I haven't had anybody contact me and I haven't had anybody randomly sign up. And I've given out probably 150 CDs. So
how are you feeling about that method? What are you thinking right now?
I'm thinking I should have done the if I would you.
Yeah.
I haven't done that. I haven't gotten any of these people's contact information.
Yeah.
So it would be very awkward for me, or if somebody had done that for me, I don't know that I would have been comfortable calling somebody I didn't know and asking them a question. But had I gotten their contact information and set up a little follow-up, then that
right.
would have
if they had also committed to it, if they were like, sure, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that would have been a whole different ballgame. And so I didn't do that, and that's on me. So I just have to work on that now that I know this.
Because the class is obviously really good.
Yes.
I mean, my friend Jamie listened to her. I pointed her to where it was on our Joyfully Infused website. She listened to it and loved it.
Yeah.
So I know it's just not you and me that like it. Sherry, have you listened to it?
I haven't, but I haven't.
Yeah, when you get some, it's like half an hour, right, Linz?
I think it's 45 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
So on your way to work in the morning.
Yeah, because you drive 40 minutes. That'd be the perfect time. It's just really, interesting. Really, it's really good. So, we know that it's good and it's effective, but yeah, like you didn't have them make any sort of commitment with you. When we passed it, we passed out tons of those things at the bridal event.
Yeah, we did. Just
over
and over and over. Anybody that walked past, we just gave them one. And so I feel like that's just a little bit of a shot in the dark if you're giving people something and you're not asking for anything in return.
I think, yeah, she's right. You should definitely, have enough respect for yourself too, because you spend a lot of time burning those CDs.
Yeah, 2 days.
That's a lot of time. And
Yeah. But then we've got to figure out how that's going to look. Like, it would look completely different if you're doing that one-on-one with somebody. That would be easy to set that up. But if you're in a vendor show and you're giving them something like that, you really have to be, strategic on, how that looks. And
very organized with your time slots on like when you're gonna.
Yeah. So it might even be maybe to in order for them to be eligible for the gift basket, they have to like print off your time schedule, like what day of the week. You know how they have those schedules where it's, by every 15-minute interval, and you say, okay, you need to sign up for 15 minutes, and I will call you at this time on this day, and that's how you get entered into the drawing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they need to put their name and phone number in that time slot. I don't know. I think that's a good way to.
You're definitely going to get people who are not just like sort of interested. You know, the people you'll be getting people who are very interested.
Yeah.
That are going to take the time to do that. But that's good. Then you're not really wasting your time.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And they're expecting the phone call. You have their phone number. All right, that's something else I got to make. All these conversations.
Yeah, that's sticky note.
Makes me, I know, look at this. This is like my to-do list. Every time we talk, I just keep it running. Time slot. Phone call for vendor shows. What do you guys think, off topic, but about some of those worksheets that I've put out for y'all? Have you seen them, Sherry?
No, I haven't looked at them.
Are you talking about the worksheet you made for our classes?
The one for the class, and then the follow-up worksheet.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Both of them are awesome. I love them.
Okay.
They're fantastic.
And I have my list here of things I need to look at tomorrow when I go to work.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we need to maybe revamp the Joyfully Infused page. I don't know. I think we're getting so many more resources that game plan page needs to have some of those resources listed. I don't know if you saw the whole thread on, I think it was in She Said Yes, the beach trip that we took, Jenny.
Yeah.
But I put the typed 101 script out there, and I put it out there for everybody if they wanted it. And I got a lot of backlash from everybody. They said, oh, Sarah Harnish was very clear that we shouldn't be printing, or we shouldn't be making copies and stuff like that.
Of the 101 script?
That's what they were saying.
Oh, because they need to buy the game plan book to see it?
That's what I guess.
Oh, okay.
So I took that down off of that site. So I'm a little hesitant to put it up on Joyfully Infused, but the worksheets and the stuff that I'm making, I'm definitely going to put that up there.
Yeah, put up the worksheets. But I mean, I think that is a good point. You know, that, hey, if you earn yourself the game plan book, it has a really great script. I mean, you know, it's kind of the give and get, or get and give kind of theory.
But I'm looking back at the teacher training, and she says, get your hands on a copy of the FDA compliant 101 lecture notes.
Lecture notes.
Practice the lecture and add the notes to your Young Living Business folder. So I would assume that the lecture is the script.
Is that what she calls it in the book?
I don't know. But then number 4, it says, read the paragraph on FDA. You can lose your entire business if you get flagged by the FDA. The Oil Ability team offers a comprehensive FDA training, DVD, blah, blah, blah. For your first class, just stick to the compliant 101 script. And then she kind of goes through that. So, I don't know. I don't know. What other lecture notes are there? Does it say? Have y'all seen lecture notes anywhere?
No.
I
mean, is that something that we have to go find? Like the compliant lecture?
That's not a bad word.
Well, that's why I was feeling.
I don't think that's in the book anywhere here.
Well, that's why I was thinking that was the script.
I have a feeling it's something different, but I don't know.
It sounds sort of familiar, that lecture notes thing, but I'm skimming through and don't see anything. Anywho, we're down to 4 minutes.
Yeah. So anyway, that's what I'm thinking. We need to figure out what that's all about.
Yeah.
So, and then, yeah, I don't know what to do, but I mean, it's going to stay in our Joyfully Infused Biz Builder page because our biz builders probably have already gotten this book or, you know, whatever. So, but I'm not going to put it out there for the world.
Yeah, I think that's good. Maybe, I mean, you could say if you're interested in getting your hands on a really great script by a diamond leader, you know, just let me know.
Yeah, or it can be found in the game plan book.
Yeah.
So, and that way it's pointing them towards a resource. So, yeah, so that was chapter 12.
Well, the one thing from the book that I kind of liked was how she kind of broke it down into 3 things, like why are people avoiding me? Because, you know, I mean, Sherry, like, you know, like I said, I've been sharing for almost 3 years. Lindsay's been sharing for almost maybe a year and a half or so. But like, as you know, start to get into sharing and stuff like that, you'll start to kind of, you know, realize like who's jumping in and, you know, who's not. And but I liked how she broke it down into 3 things. Like, you're either hunting them, or they're missing the education connection between coming to class and getting the kit, or you spew negativity and are not a leader that they want to follow. I mean, I know I'm not number 3. And I don't feel like I'm number 1, and I'm not exactly sure what number 1 looks like. Like, what does hunting really look like? I mean, I don't feel like, you know, I can't think of anything else to talk about besides oils with my friends who don't use oils. I mean, I try not to even bring it up.
I think when you're a hunter, and I feel like I might be a little bit of a hunter sometimes, where
is a hunter. Okay, go ahead.
Like, when it's people that I'm not super close with and I don't have a strong connection with outside, but, you know, I talk to them. So if I see them at Awana or, you know, something like that, where they've even mentioned oils to me, and I feel like that drives the conversation, and it always comes up, and I feel like that might feel like they're being hunted, like that,
or like people feel like that's all you want to talk about, and so like they just, I don't know, it's like they avoid you because they're like, oh, all she wants to do is talk about oils. I mean, I hope people don't feel that way around me. I try very hard not to make people feel uncomfortable, but they obviously see what I post on Facebook, and I'm really passionate about oils. So, but I really think for me, it's the number 2, that they're missing the education connection. I don't feel like I'm doing a good job of like actually describing like how this can benefit them, just that I'm digging it. You know what I mean? Anyways, we have less than a minute, but I just wanted to bring that up because I thought that was really good how she gave those 3 things that you can kind of look at to kind of figure out, like, what can I do better?
Yeah. Well, in the middle of 117, it gives 3 if I would use statements, and 1 is kind of like what I wrote down. If I give you the audio CD, will you listen to it? If so, when? May I call you Saturday to touch base afterwards? So I like that. If I invite you to a free class, would you come?